We were looking for a siding company that we felt like we could trust, that was someone that was reliable and efficient and affordable as well. Ideal Siding was all of those things. They came back with a quote quickly that was a fair price, and everything was so efficient in the process. And immediately we just felt like we could trust them to get the job done correctly, quickly, and also make our house look beautiful. So we had John come out and give us an initial quote, which he did within, I think, maybe a day. He had the quote back to us. One of the things that we really liked about John was that he actually brought us samples of the exact siding that we would be using. And he also was really down to earth about the whole situation and showed us kind of what we were in for, what we maybe should spend money on and maybe shouldn't spend money on for the project, and just gave us reasonable expectations for everything, including an idea of the cost and things that maybe we should consider or not. So that was great. And then in terms of scheduling, they were ready to rock and roll so quickly, which I was really impressed about. They were really efficient from getting the dumpster out here and having all of the materials delivered and starting the project. They got our house done so quickly. We had issues personally with our house with something that was done 30 years ago when it was built, and they were actually able to correct that and handle that problem so well. We were so impressed with that because it was nothing to do with them whatsoever. But instead of saying, oh, you have to have this fixed in a day, they handled it themselves and handled it so well. We were just beside ourselves how impressed we were with how they handled that. And the job was done so quickly, but the most impressive part to us was how clean they were. I mean, this is a chaotic job when you're residing someone's house and there's just materials everywhere. It's chaos, and every single day at the end of the day, they cleaned up their project area. They left their workspace clean. There was no nails anywhere. Everything was just so clean. You could tell that they cared so much about their work and their image that it just really, really showed at the end of each day and then at the end of the project. The project is beautiful. We love it so much. And it was done in a flash, and it was just, everything about it was perfect. And the process was so easy. And we were just so pleasantly surprised by how easy it was. The quality and craftsmanship of the finished product of our house is second to none. It is gorgeous. We knew that it would give our house some new curb appeal and kind of improve the look of it, but we had no idea that it was going to look this good. We are thrilled with everything about it. We noticed all of the little details too. They put so much care and effort into making sure that corners were cut perfectly and that there was caulking in certain places that matched the color of our siding right behind us, this color. So it was just so impressive, all these little details, just to make sure that it came out flawless, like a brand new house. We feel like we have the best house on the block now, but also that it's just a totally new house to us. And you can tell they take so much pride in their work. John's team, Jose and the guys, they are fantastic. Could not rave about them enough, about how much pride and care they put into the little details of it, making sure that all of our lights had the proper backing behind them and that they looked nice and framed out and just so polished and finished, especially compared to what our old siding was and how it looked and just the no touches that we had on it. I mean, it's absolutely night and day. And those little details really do kind of polish off the project. And John was also able to help us with a few design questions that I had in terms of like just very little things with things that I thought I wanted. And he quickly said, I think this will be better. And he was right every single time. They were just so helpful on those little details to really make the finished product pop and make it so beautiful, a house that we will love forever now. We will rave about Ideal Siding and encourage anyone to work with them for years and years to come. We went through several companies trying to get quotes and get an idea for, what we were in for when we first started the project and just kind of exploring prices, etc. And John's company stood out from everyone else in so many factors. But at the end of the day, the end product and his care to detail, his attention to detail, the team's attention to detail, everything just made them miles above everyone else. The way they treated us and how kind they were, and just the effort that John put in even after the project was finished to come and check things out and make sure it was done and everything was to our liking, was just above and beyond. And I could not rave about that at all. And really, at the end of the day, their price was amazing. So that's another huge factor for all of us, of course. And I could not recommend them enough, especially if you're considering working with them. You cannot go wrong with Ideal Siding. We just want to send a huge thank you to John, Jose, and the rest of the guys for the work that they put in on our house. We so appreciate it. It's wonderful, and we are so excited when we pull up to our house every time just to see it and how beautiful it looks. So thank you for your hard work, all of your effort, and the amazing new house.